Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Friday, April 11th. Coming up on Cullman Today, City Schools STEM and Arts Grants, Dinner on First, and Purple Star Schools. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Two Cullman City school teachers recently attended the Alabama Arts Summit at Red Mountain Theater in Birmingham, and both were recipients of the Alabama Arts Grants. Theater instructor at Cullman High School, Wayne Cook, received a second-year grant of $10,000 for Connecting Tech Theater at CHS, which will assist with training and some equipment for the theater department. Leah Casey, art instructor for both East and West Elementary schools, received a first-time $20,000 grant for West Elementary in visual arts called Printers to Potters, a collaboration project between STEM and fine arts. The students will be making their own 3D printed designs and turning them into pottery. It's that time of year, time for an evening under the stars in the Warehouse District. Dinner on First is set for May 17th. This year's dinner will support the transformation of an historic church into a dedicated arts center for Cullman Community Theater, choir, band, and various culture initiatives. Attendees will receive a first look at the architectural plans for this significant community project during the evening. The table auction is open now and closes Wednesday, April 16th at 5 p.m. To participate in the table auction, register for alerts at www.cullmanrecreation.org/dinner-on-first. 5 Cullman County schools, Good Hope Primary, Good Hope Elementary, Hanceville Middle, Vinemont Elementary, and Vinemont High, were recognized in Montgomery Thursday as Alabama Purple Star Schools. The Alabama Purple Star School program recognizes K-12 schools in Alabama who demonstrate a commitment to the support of military students and families transitioning to new homes and schools. This public designation is intended to help families identify schools who are equipped to ease the challenges that come with the high mobility rates amongst military families. To become a Purple Star school, the school must complete a rigorous process that includes, amongst other things, maintaining a student-led program with a faculty or staff advisor that would provide peer support during the newly relocated students' transition. Those schools selected will receive a Purple Star to display. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Holly Pond takes the series finale over Locust Fork. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's take a look at some of our latest local baseball action. The Holly Pond Broncos returned home Wednesday night to continue their area series with Locust Fork. The Hornets took Game 1 of the doubleheader, but the Broncos bounced back with an explosive performance in Game 2 to earn a 16-6 win. Holly Pond jumped out to a lead in the bottom of the first. Boston Gibbs scored on a wild pitch to give the Broncos a 1-0 lead, and an error allowed Carson Ryan and Sawyer Olinger to score just a few pitches later. An RBI triple off the bat of Brody Howard made it a 4-0 game and scored on an error later in the inning to make it 5-0 going into the second. The Broncos added to their lead in the bottom half of the second. Gibbs doubled down the left field line to get into scoring position. Ty Dunn entered the game to run for Gibbs and scored on a fielder's choice later in the inning to put Holly Pond ahead 6-0. An RBI double from Cole Eubanks drove in another run to make it 7-0, and a balk allowed another run to score and stretch the lead to 8-0 going into the third. Derek Nelson and Dunn both scored on wild pitches to give the Broncos a 10-0 lead in the third inning. Locust Fork was able to put one run on the board in the top of the fourth, cutting the lead to 10-1. Holly Pond answered in the bottom half of the inning, scoring 3 runs on wild pitches to pull ahead 13-1. Dunn scored on a fielder's choice and Olinger scored on an error to make it a 15-1 game going into the fifth. The Hornets found some offense in the top of the sixth, plating 5 runs to trim the lead to 15-6, but the Broncos wrapped things up in the bottom half of the frame. Jonathan Hamby led off with a hit to right field, and Jackson Miller lined an RBI single into right center to score Hamby and cap a 16-6 win for Holly Pond. Miller, Dunn, and Olinger each posted a pair of hits in the win, and Ryan led the Broncos with 2 RBIs. Holly Pond will travel to Falkville for a varsity matchup with the Blue Devils on Saturday. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including a musical comedy for the family and historic walking tours. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Jubilee Coffee and Wine Bar is hosting the Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center's April Business After Hours. It's a chance to unwind and connect with fellow professionals. Enjoy delicious drinks, light bites, and a relaxed atmosphere as you mingle and make meaningful connections with local business leaders and community members. This month's Business After Hours is Monday, April 14th from 5 to 8 p.m. Jubilee Coffee and Wine Bar is located at 515 4th Street Southwest, Suite 101 at the Flying 50. This is a chamber member event and tickets are $30 per member. You can register on the Cullman Chamber of Commerce website, and don't forget to bring your business cards. If you need a reason to eat a burger, what better reason than supporting local schools? The Cullman City Schools Foundation is teaming up with Milo's on April 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. for a Spirit Night. Milo's will donate a percentage of all sales during that window of time to the foundation. So plan on loading up the fam for dinner because everybody goes to Milo's. If you're looking for some family-friendly entertainment this weekend, Cullman Christian School's chorus and theater students may have something to fit the bill with Something Rotten Jr., a musical comedy about 2 brothers who are desperate to write a hit play only to be upstaged by a certain Shakespeare. Showtimes are Friday, April 11th at 6 p.m. and Saturday, April 12th at 6 p.m. Admission is $5 per person or $20 per family. Cullman Christian School is located at 1803 Beach Avenue Southeast. The Cullman County Museum is providing their April walking tours this month. Cullman County Museum Events Coordinator and Researcher Julie Burks says tours last about 1 hour and cover many sites in Cullman's downtown historic district. Then participants will have an opportunity after the walk to tour the museum free of charge. There will be tours every Saturday in April at 10 a.m., and each Saturday will have a different guide who will bring unique insight and personal research to share on the tour. Tomorrow's guide is Roberta McClellan. The tours are free and start from the front porch of the museum at 211 2nd Avenue Northeast. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Cullman's in full bloom in the newest edition of Community Matters from the Cullman Tribune. Discover fresh dining spots, celebrate community connections, and meet local heroes making a real difference. From stunning sights to courtside lights, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Pick up your free copy around town or read it online today. Community Matters. Get to know your community.
Let's take a moment to pause and pay our respects to those who lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Robin Diane Johnson, 54 of Boaz, passed away Wednesday, April 9th. Memorial service is incomplete at this time. Frankie Dale Kilgo, 71 of Hanceville, passed away Wednesday, April 9th. A graveside service will be at 5 p.m. on Monday, April 14th at Bethlehem East Cemetery. Visitation will be Sunday, April 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Hanceville Funeral Home. Kathy Ann Sparks, 58 of Hanceville, passed away on Wednesday, April 9th. Friends are invited to join the family for a time of visitation on Saturday, April 12th, from noon until services begin at 2 p.m. All services will be held in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Burial will follow services in Garden City Cemetery. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at your weekend weather forecast. Today will be breezy and mostly sunny with a high near 64. There is a chance of showers in the afternoon. Tomorrow night will be partly cloudy with a low around 41. Saturday looks to be a perfect day with sunny skies, a high near 63 and a low around 39. Sunday again with the sunny skies, a high near 72 and a low around 53. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a fabulous weekend, Cullman.